Ireland. Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Hall. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 21-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Shamrocks will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
Falcons, nothing.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
He's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game. That game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he returns this to the 22.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When you look at this defense,
they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Shamrocks offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. 69 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
16 yards. That's good for a Dublin 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Brees Hall scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Shamrocks are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Throw out wide to Walker. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
At the 33-yard line.
17-0 our score after one. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
19 yards. And the Falcons first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off-play action. Rainey. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. From the gun on 3rd down, Rainey. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Back to throw. Rainey. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. An even 100 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
Here we go. Easy, easy, easy. Right.
Now Fields going to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
And this is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Shamrocks are able to add on to their first half lead. Now the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Complete to number 89. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg. Rainey. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rainey. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
11 more yards. That's another Dublin.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
A 7-yard pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
38-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
Back to throw here.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
13 yards on the play. That's another Dublin first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
19, charge.
Looking to throw. Caught by Wilson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42.
McNamara in punt formation.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hanson. It is our well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Oh, able to avoid him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Rainey. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Back to throw.
He'll find his man. That's the rookie from Notre Dame.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2.
Back to throw again.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league.
A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Shamrocks have opened the lead up to 30.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Rainey. He completes this to Walker. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 3. sticking with Walker on second down.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Running right, here's Walker. Oh, he shifts past him. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Falcons first down. First and goal.
Here's Brooks.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
A loss of a yard. Brings up
2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Here we go.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Breece Hall with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Shamrocks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This return.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez.
Second and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And we'll go on the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Back to throw.
Rainey setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there a little bit.
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
First down, Atlanta.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
They'll look to throw again.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A gear for Walker running right.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
It's a turnover on down.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Hall again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give to Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And that will be incomplete.
Intended for number 82.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. He's brought down at the 34. Calling a gain of 4. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown. And that was all.